Come back. Welcome back. In our previous session, we touched on the basics of AI, LLMs, and the fundamentals of prompt engineering. Today, we are moving into the anatomy of a perfect prompt. To get started, let's think of a large language models like a high performance sport car. But most people treat it like a golf car because they don't know how to drive it. Today, we are going to look under the hood. We are not just asking questions anymore. We are engineering assets. By the end of today's session, you will understand the structural precision required to transform a vague query into a high performance business output. Let's dive into the anatomy of a perfect prompt. The Trinity formula. To get elite results, you need a formula. We call this Trinity formula, right? It consists of three non-negotiable pillars, namely persona, context, and what? The task. We will take this one by one. So let's go to persona. This is the who. Never just ask a question. Tell the AI who it needs to be. Are you talking to a junior intern or a senior financial analyst or a senior data scientist or a marketing manager? By assigning a role, you anchor the tone and the depth of the expertise the AI brings to the table. Next, we'll be looking at the context. This is the why and the where. What are the surroundings? Who is the target audience? If the AI doesn't know the background, it will guess, and guessing leads to generic results. All right? So we'll move to the next, which is task. This is the words. When defining your task, be direct. Instead of saying write something, you can use high impact verbs like synthesize, draft, or audit. Clarity here is the difference between a mess and a masterpiece when it comes to prompt engineering. Next, we'll be talking about refining for precision. All right. So once you have your Trinity formula, you need to add the final details. We call this constraints and formatting. Yeah. So think of constraint as the guardrails for the AI. You can specify the structure, such as asking for a table or a JSON format. You can define the tone, right? It could be empathetic for a customer service response or authoritative for a white paper, depending on what your task is. And don't forget negative prompting. All right, very important, or negative constraints. Sometimes telling the AI what not to do is just as important as telling it what to do. For example, avoid technical jargons or do not mention competitors. This level of boundary setting ensures the output meets your exact professional standard without the need for heavy editing later. I believe this part is clear. All right. To refine your precision, look at constraints, tone and style, negative constraints, and what? And formatting. Moving on, we'll talk about the transformation. Here we'll do a comparison between lazy prompts and engineered prompt. Once you have your let's see this, all right, in action. So on the left, this part, we have what I call the lazy prompt. It's short, vague, and the result is generic and forgettable, obviously. Now, when we look at the right part, this is an engineered prompt. We have assigned a persona, an expert content strategist. Then we have a context, a startup incubator launch in Nairobi. We have defined the task, a 3-part LinkedIn series, and what we've also add what the format. as what? A bulleted list followed by a persuasive call to action. The lazy prompt gives you a paragraph, but the engineered prompt would give you a strategy. If you were in this situation, which of these prompts would you have used? Or which of the output would you have presented to your CEO? Is it the generic one or the one that comes from the engineered prompt? So to wrap up, I would like us to know that mastery in terms of prompt engineering is iterative. Your first prompt might be good, but your third refinement will be great. All right. The key takeaway for today is that specificity rather, is your greatest lever. The more precise you are, the more productive you become. Before we move on to the next session, I have a challenge for you. Take the last prompt you wrote and sent to an AI, be it ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. I need you to rewrite the same prompt using the Trinity persona formula. I mean, in terms of the Trinity formula in terms of persona, context, and task. And you will be amazed at the difference. All right. The difference in the result. Thank you for your time. I will see you in the next module.